Premeditated murder mixtape sampling. Knocking heads off in 2010, y'all. Year of the council. Rebirth of the Psy. The playtime's over, boy, better pay attention. Listen, I don't know what you wishing, just stay in your position. Why? You a water boy, but not like Adam Sandler. Cause when you put a jersey on, the jersey's imagine. Witness the way I crack them, not hear my verses clap at them like cats in black suits with black hammers, boy. I smoke gunpowder, then spit acid at ya. Melt your ego so quick, it's even laughing at ya. You the punchline, I punch a line in the middle of your rhyme, making sure you know it's crunch time. Let's do that ab work, I keep it rock solid. I don't have to lose, you truly dude, you can't follow. I spit that NyQuil, helping all your lame snooze. You just a common cold, and me, I'm the swine flu or HIV, AIDS. You just weak like the rest. Live wires connect and break necks. We knocking heads off, 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 we knocking heads off. I punish these rappers, there is no seeking revenge. And if I wrote it and quoted, you gon' sleep when you is. Because the only way you spit fire is if I put bullets in your mouth and chop you in the back of your neck. A champion who known to take the respect. You might as well kill yourself. A battle with Grim is chasing death. I write with a sickle, every ball bring pain. All of y'all in range, targets lock, no running. You a ghost, main pro, cane pusher. I'm a dope game cooker. Let these lines in your nose, in your whole brain. Looking, shookin', booking off the scene. Slow, walking like a king, what I taught you never seen. Mr. Ross, I do my thing. I can hurt them with a hot foe, murder with a 16. Dead they whole community, then build it back for currency. You rap cats, don't worry me, the urgency is surgery. Burn them to the 3rd degree. You need to know that we be knocking heads off. We 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 knocking heads off. Follow the clicker cats and scratch and put them to the test. If you get caught up in the rapture, you get slaughtered with the rest. All because I left a messy kind of dude. The way I leave them wet, it's like I'm really spitting in your food. You would teach dismissing who? Serve them like the lunch aid. Feed your baby rhyme straight, treat you like a first grader. Purse grader, money on the wood, I make it hurt greater. Crack your whole camp in half and feed the first table. This rap game is simple, it's the crack game. Just like Carter said, we cook so we crack flames. You feel these razors like buck 50 across the face, 32 lines and 16 balls and all weight. You and the fools mate. I help you fools who choose, wake up and lose faith. Stop the crime, wipe your face. I'm a line, you the bait. Him to say it, no contemplating what I said. We'll take it back because we knocking heads off. 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 We knocking heads off.